but he's so nice. He's such a nice boy. Hello.
I hope it talks.
We finished our little shopping moment. It was quite short because pretty much all the shops closed at like 7:30, so we didn't even have time to like do everything. But then we went to go for a little hotel break, and now we're here in Trastevere at night, walking around and trying to look for something to eat. I feel like we haven't eaten a lot in Italy, so I need to have more pasta inside my body then. Like, Chloe's been really horny this trip, and it's making me scared because she's gonna touch me in my sleep. Oh, hello. This is so cute. What was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Okay, yeah, Chloe says that she would be a good rapper if rap didn't require words, and she's gonna demonstrate what she means by that. Okay, so let me give you a beat. Okay, sorry.
Am I not right?
No.
Why you rapping?
Without words?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, give me a beat.
Wait, I don't know how to do a beat. wait.
You didn't even try. Because we were looking at me. Okay, give me a beat.
A different one?
It doesn't matter. No.
You're not even trying.
You started laughing. That's not fair. I lost my beat.
Wait, no, that's not a beat. That's like a train starting. wait.
It sounds like in those movies where they're like, you have to listen to the sounds of life when the musicians trying to get inspiration again, and they start drumming the rocks.
I only know one beat, bro.
What's the beat? Cut the cameras. We found a river, and along the river there's like a bunch of little stands. So I am praying that I find my keychain for Rome because I love collecting keychains from every place that I go to, and I need to have one because I haven't found one in the last 6 days. What do you want to say to the vlog?
Trastevere.
She finally said it right after 6 times. That's the only time she said it right. There is a blight going on lately in social media about people needing to have this fucking air of mystery, and all of it is under this umbrella of needing to be a nonchalant person. And here's my thing with nonchalance. I think that nonchalance is peak cowardice because it's you evading putting yourself out there. You don't want the consequences of what happens when you're fully vulnerable and honest and authentic, so you pretend like you don't care. And though I can understand fearing vulnerability because it's an incredibly scary concept, vulnerability is high risk but very high reward. To put yourself out there and have someone accept that from you, to put yourself out there and have, I don't know, let's say that you create stuff and you want to put it out there and people to receive it, or you're just trying to get into connection, whether it's friends or relationships, pretending like you don't care about those things, pretending like you're chill and that's your only personality trait, doesn't bring as much satisfaction as when you do those things, you become brave and just put your full self out on display and then are accepted for the self that you've shown. Moreover, if you are consistently trying to be like chill and nonchalant and mysterious, you will never have the connections you seek. You will even, I would say, not be able to realize your full potential because, oh fuck, something bit me, something bit me. I'd even go as far as to say that you won't be able to realize your full potential. Let's say, for example, we're talking about a connection, like trying to date someone or trying to make a new friend, and you have this air of nonchalance of being cool or whatever. Then the person will be bamboozled because you cannot keep that act going for the entirety of this connection if it's long-term and it lasts for like a while. You won't be able to consistently have this veil of nonchalance and coolness and mysteriousness because your personality can start to peek through. And so two things. A, the person will feel bamboozled because they're like, who the hell is this person? This isn't the person that I've met. And B, you won't be in a connection with someone, you won't be in a relationship with someone that fell in love or fell in like, as if it's a platonic connection, with the person that you actually are, but rather the person that you were pretending to be. Also, what happens, even if you stay with this person into a relationship or friendship for a long time, and you start to want to change the dynamic, you start to want to be more honest and raw, you get stuck in this lockstep sometimes when you have long-term friendships of a consistent dynamic that is hard to change. So then wanting to introduce vulnerability later on might be a lot more difficult than if you were just introducing vulnerability at the very beginning. So here's my thing. I think that having connections devoid of attachment, even early on, and I'm not talking about being anxiously attached to someone, I'm talking about truly just caring about wanting to become friends or wanting to be in a relationship with this person, actually caring and being honest that you care and being honest about your passions and who you are as a person. In that sense, I think that if you do not do that, you will have such superficial, unfulfilling relationships with people. And then my last thing is, who are you performing this for? What are you gaining? I get that, like, it's easy to fall into the echo chamber of social media and just do what you consistently hear, which is, oh, you have to be nonchalant so that you can attract the person in and make them want more. But who the fuck are you, like, who's watching you? Like, at the end of the day, you're the person that's risking not having a true, beautiful connection with whoever this person is. This performance or veneer of not caring, is this actually working in your favor? Like, who are you doing it for? Where are you? Spooky? I was looking for you. Are you taking a shot?
Yeah.
Professional at work. Ew.
Yeah, I can't see my strap. My strap on's in the way.
Wait, I want that picture. Seconds ago, I was ready to kill myself. Now that I have some wind, I've renewed as a human being. I've opened a new chapter. It's a dawn of a new age, really. I had some gelato, sat in the shade with some wind. Today, the heat was absolutely fucking unbearable to an extent that I can't even ever articulate to you how hot it is during the Italian summer. I literally, at some point, thought I was gonna pass out. I was so hot. I was walking at like 0.0000005 kilometers per second. Well, per second, that's not rude.
Let's just say she was so slow that I was walking faster than her.
And she's like 5'3". I'm 5'7". So that's like, I was so, and like even this entire time, like I was always walking in front of her. But today, like, I was so hot and felt like I was dead that I just didn't care. But then I had some gelato, sat in the shade. There was finally, after like hours, there was finally a fucking breeze. Thank God. Thank God that wind exists, because Jesus Christ, like, where were you all day? So now we're gonna go eat a little something, and then we're gonna head to the Orange Garden, and I'm going to record pretty much the last section of the video, and then we're gonna have to head to the hotel early because our flight is like at 6 a.m. so we have to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so my audio is going to be a little bit weird because one of my mic died and my phone is close to being dead, and I'm the one that has to call the Uber back to the hotel. So this is what we're working with. Before we went to the Castel Sant'Angelo, but I didn't really record much there because, like I said, it was so hot. I thought I was going to pass out. Like, I was just over it. Like, I didn't record anything. It was hot. I wanted to get in and then get the fuck out of there. So not much footage from that, if any. But right now we are at the Giardino degli Aranci, which is I butchered that pronunciation, but I don't give a fuck. Which is in like a orange garden, but I don't see any oranges actually. So
there's some over there. Oh no, it's not.
Oh, those are flowers. But maybe it's because they're not in season and they're not blooming right now. I don't know. I don't know much about oranges and harvests. But we wanted to catch a sunset, and then Chloe got emotional because it was like the symbolism of like we came to Rome the first day we saw the sunrise, and now our last day in Rome we look at the sunset. So she's also a really sensitive human being. She doesn't like to admit it, but she is. Why are you dead, Ivy? Oh my god. Okay, but what I want to do is kind of do a little bit of a conclusion, and I do apologize because I realized that the sections in this video are a lot more lopsided. Like I had a really long one and the rest were shorter, but it's honestly because it was difficult for me. It was more difficult to do prep for me because this trip comes right on the curtails of like my New York trip, so I was quite exhausted in the week that I was prepping for this trip, so I had less planned for the later sections of the video. But still, I want to get to the conclusion, and the last thing I'll talk about is first I want to say the reason why I had this idea to make this video. It was because of it was similar to my motivations when it came to the manifestation video. It was about how when you're doing manifestation work and you look at that like a long time, like one of the biggest things that they'll say is being detached from things that you want, and that was such a big difficulty for me because how am I supposed to pretend like I don't desire this thing when I know that I really do and that this is really important to me? And similarly, I think in the spiritual community that there's a lot of rhetoric about the 4D and wanting to reach the 4D because the 3D just isn't as much the 4D, but it's also like if I am a spiritual being and I came to this reality in the 3D, that means that this was meant for me, that I wanted to be here, and I have to enjoy the fruits of life as they present themselves to me instead of always looking out to some greater purpose. I can just enjoy what I have right now in the present. And this also goes with like, I know that at the beginning I talked about a lot of people who take stoicism and then use it kind of in bad faith to make a buck, but I think that that also applies to the spiritual community when it comes to people who are, I don't think there's as much malicious intent, though there is sometimes for certain groups in the spiritual community, but when people purport to be enlightened and having done so much meditation and having learned so much about spirituality to the point where they have no more attachment to material things, I don't know, I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. It sounds a bit grifty, like I can't explain why. I just feel like the people that I've seen that talk about spirituality and give their teaching on spirituality, that their energy, their teachings, what they're saying gives me the most peace and makes the most sense to me, are the kind of people that have taken everything about life, all their attachments, all their desires, all the things that they really care about in this lifetime, and interpreted it with a higher purpose in their spirituality. So this idea all around when it comes to you need to detach, you need to separate yourself from what is earthly, as if what is earthly is bad, is ridiculous to me. And I think it comes a lot from the resentments, the built-up resentments that we have against life, but I think that it's unfair. And it ties into what I talked about in my singlehood video, where it's like, why is it so bad to have bad emotions? Why do we, of course it sucks to feel sucky, but sucks to feel sucky, wow. I'm a thesaurus today, aren't I? Of course, being sullen, being jealous, being angry are emotions that feel awful inside. They are still a necessary part of life. I'm not telling you to like find the romantic aesthetic part of feeling like shit. I just mean to take it as it is, the same way you would take a happy emotion. Like, it's okay to feel happy and really lean into that, but in the same token, it's okay to be sad and fully lean into that as well. Try to take all the resentment you have towards life and all of the negative feelings that you had throughout your life, and then saying, well, I need to distance myself from things because that's the issue. I don't think is entirely enlightened. I don't think is entirely integrated. I don't think is entirely highly spiritual. I do want to clarify that even though I talk a lot about being emotional and caring and attachment, you do not have to be overly sensitive or romantic in the way that I aspire to be. It's really about letting yourself connect to the world around you, connect to life as much as you want to in a true and authentic way, and not letting nonchalance or you thinking that you need to block out your emotions or block out your negative emotions taint the way that you show up to life, in the way that you care about things, in the way that you feel. I believe in enjoying the fruits of life almost in a childish, wondrous way. That's actually why I have like my tattoo. It's from Le Petit Prince, which is all about bringing that childlike wonder or that childlike sensitivity into the world, because when you grow up and you become an adult or even a teenager, you start to feel weird about caring about certain things, about wanting to cry over certain things, even though that does not necessarily have to be how you live your life. Now, for the last couple minutes, I want to invite a guest speaker, one of my friends. Of course, it's going to be the same bitch as usual. It's always the same bitch. It's literally just Chloe. It's literally just Chloe. Scoot in. I'm going to cut that out.
No, keep this in. Keep this in. See how she treats me behind the scenes.
Okay.
That's a little too much there.
I barely grabbed your waist. Like, chill out. Okay, the reason why I want Chloe to say something is because she has a bit of an opposing view to mine.
Well, then I heard your conclusion. I don't think it's quite as different as maybe I made it seem. I just mean that as a person who's tried to act kind of detached, kind of nonchalant, when in reality, being a more like deeply feeling person, I can say that like being detached is definitely not the way, especially when it's just not true to your nature. But also know that when you feel everything so deeply all the time, and you feel that way about like everything, it gets a little too overwhelming at times.
But this is my hang up. Is it really that it was overwhelming because you're feeling everything, or because you're feeling everything for the first time after having been detached?
No, because I think... No, you know what I think is difficult is pretending to be detached, putting on the mask of being detached, when in reality, like, you're feeling everything so deeply. I think that's just hard, like, keeping...
What the fuck?
Sorry, I'm a little sick, because I feel everything so deeply.
She's sick like every single 2 weeks. It's actually insane. Ew, no, don't give me your cooties. Go ahead.
But yeah, so I think a part of it is feeling new things for the first time, especially in this new era of life. As like, I'm gonna say like 15 to probably 35, honestly. I think everything feels so much more intense because you're experiencing a lot of new things for the first time. But at the same time, there are certain things that I've had to deal with that hurt really bad the first time, and when you're with my personality, it you think you'll like stop hurting, but like it just, because you feel everything so deeply, it doesn't really ever go away. And I think what's kind of true about people who are able to like bring a sort of like logic into the way they're thinking is that it helps you move on. It helps you make more informed decisions. I think when you're young, it's fine. You know, I think this is what your 20s or like teen years are for. But I think at some point, you can't let your emotions take over you and take control of you.
But that directly contradicts what I said. In the sense that, no, because we're having a debate, don't worry. In the sense that, why is it that when you grow older, it's no longer okay for you to feel?
It absolutely is, but I think you need to feel those emotions, but come back to, okay, like feel that emotion fully, but at the same time think like, okay, but how should I go about this now? Not let yourself be overwhelmed, overtaken by the emotion, and just like...
Emotion
heap. I just think I'm big with you.
Okay. Sorry, the memory card was dying, so I had to fix that. Keep going. You were big on me or something like that?
So when I'm hard on you. Okay, no, 5 minutes. I'm with you. I agree with you about like having to keep your inner child alive. I think that's super important. I really can't stress that enough. But I think you, as you grow up, you are gonna be faced with responding to more important situations with more responsibilities, and I don't think part of growing up is that you can't afford the how do you say it, like
Consequences?
the consequences, yeah, of like of
Emotionally driven decisions. Okay. I think I'm having trouble following you because I don't have an example of what you mean.
like, for example, I live in fear, like deep rooted fear, and like I feel that so intensely, and it stopped me from completing tasks that I really need to complete out of fear. And if I had maybe put that like deep sensation of fear aside, like I've been able to, then I would have been able to get it done, and maybe I would have done.
But then that's the question: can you even put it aside? Because I think, okay, this is what the distance is. I don't even think you're disagreeing with me. I think you're talking about guiding your emotions and processing your emotions, which is part of feeling emotions.
Yeah.
But like that doesn't mean processing emotions does not necessarily mean that you're detaching from them. For you to process your emotions, you have to feel them. You have to understand how you're feeling them, why you're feeling them. All of that entire process comes with being a sensitive being. So it doesn't have to be like, okay, let me detach so I can understand myself. That makes no sense. I feel like detaching so often to understand yourself, and now you're starting to like go down the road of like intellectualizing your emotions, which doesn't necessarily give you a full, profound understanding of them in the way that you can guide them to something more productive. But rather, detachment, and then also, oh, like I know that I feel anxiety because blah 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 blah. Then it doesn't help at all. You know, like those type of people that say like they go to psychotherapy and it doesn't help because they already know everything that the person's saying, but they don't feel better after.
Yeah.
That's what it kind of leads to. I feel.
Intellectualizing your emotions?
Yes. So I'm for guiding your emotions, but feeling them as you guide them through, as you process everything. So I don't think we're even disagreeing. I just think you're talking about something a bit different.
Yeah. I didn't really follow through the video. We were just filming. I was just keeping my frame.
She's the cameraman. So if the video's shaky, it's her fault.
Low-key, it kind of is. Sorry. That.
Yeah. She's like, oh, I'm a pro. Oh, we've done this on film sets, bro. No, that's crazy. My mom watches this stuff sometimes, so I can't do that.
I love you, Tarzan.
No, you don't. Stop. Mom, this is what she does to me.
No, that was for your mom.
You're horny for my mom?
No, I'm passionate for your mom.
I'm gonna include this, and I'm gonna make sure that she sees this part. Well, you guys heard it here. Chloe's horny for my mom. Goodbye.